There's a Corning has some a video out there of some of the things that they're doing with glass that are just amazing, and it looks like, oh man, this is so Star Wars. This is so future. This is so crazy. Um, so you guys got to get with the program.
Yeah, but it's only, they say about, oh, it might be in 3 years, they say, and then it always takes about 20 years or something. And then there's the ones that always say, oh, it'll never be. But if it's something that promotional video and that source, it does. But then think about Microsoft Surface. That was a total boom failure.
Well, you know what? And you're absolutely right, but I think that has less to do with the technology than how the technology was used.
True. Very much.
You know, and we could very easily get into a Microsoft versus Apple war, but because I just think Apple does it better.
Because technology wars don't necessarily always promote innovation. Really, they just promote dominance.
Well, I don't really think that Apple and Microsoft are at war with one another. They have different ways of doing things.
Different clients, etc.
Well, different clients, different philosophies. Kind of like in many ways, I would call Apple the Jedis of the technology business.
So is Microsoft the Sith or what?
Yeah, Microsoft would be the Sith, and I know I just ticked off a bunch of Microsoft people. Please don't take it too seriously.
I await the lawsuits. We wait the lawsuits now.
Yes. There's a lawyer knocking on my door even as we speak. Yeah, Mr. Fennoy, I'm sorry, Microsoft is suing you for defamation of character. I am not Dave Fennoy. I'm General Pong Krell. Back up. I will take a lightsaber to your head.
And, well, that reminds me about, in various voices we have, I'm especially thinking about the commercial voices and, about, like, commercials, trailers, etc. It seems that they have a tendency to be in the same sort of voices over and over again. Of course, the consumer, that's the one who's demanding it. But I sort of feel like there should be more variety in those sort of voices, because I think it would actually catch the consumer's attention better, instead of thinking, oh, it's another movie trailer. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to say you're incorrect. And it's interesting. I was on another interview yesterday that was more about voiceover and my career. And I've done some trailers, but not many trailers, although I do a lot of television promo. And one of the questions that came up, a young lady called up and she said, well, I really would like to do trailers. I'm a woman. Do you think there's a shot for me? Because that's really what I want to do. And despite the fact that I know for the last 20 years, women have been trying to get into doing trailers, it's a rare day when you hear a woman on a trailer. I've heard a few. Usually they're indie films. And they're not being played for the general market. I don't know how much consumer demand dictates what voices are used for movie trailers. I think it has a lot more to do with the people who are promoting the movies, what they think works. And of course, the template was the late great Don LaFontaine, who had that in a world. He had that deep, gravelly voice, but Don was a friend of mine, and that was just his voice. I mean, he didn't put anything on it. That was just his voice. And another little thing, we're having a tribute to Don to raise money for the SAG Don LaFontaine Lab on the 4th, Friday the 4th, and I'll be narrating that and one of the participants. So. But they're just a handful of people that do trailers, and it's a very specific read, probably the most specific read in all of voiceover.
Right, and I almost sort of think, as I said before, it makes it boring. I almost feel like they treat the consumer like they're idiots. I feel really offended by the same voices over and over and over and over again in a way.
Well, get in touch with the movie producers or movie marketers. And let them know that, you're sick of the trailer voices they've got, and they should be hiring Dave Fennoy.
Yes.
Can I make that any more self-serving?
Probably not.
Probably not. But I feel you. I feel you.
I have a question for you, Dave. I'm going to take a minute. So, I heard rumors that you are going to be in Transformers Prime voicing a character.
I'm in Transformers Game 3, and there's some talk about Transformers Prime. We'll see if the work I've done makes the cut.
So who?
A lot of times you'll do work in a movie. You'll do voice work in a movie, and sometimes they just use it as placeholders. Because there's some actor that they're negotiating with that they really wanted to get, but he's turned down the money so far. And sometimes you end up having that job. I do voice work in a number of movies, and hopefully, got my fingers crossed, saying a prayer, and I'll sacrifice a chicken a little later. Hopefully, I'll get to stay in the movie.
That would be good. That would be That would be good.
I think so.
So I do have another question. Back on to Star Wars now. I'm bringing it back to top. So if they asked you to return to the show for voice acting wise, would you do it? Would you go back on and voice like another character?
Let me think. Let me think about this for a second. Damn straight, I'd go back on. I think it's a great show. It's iconic. I think it is one of the classic cartoon shows ever. And there's I do voiceover for a living. I do a variety of things. Some things, though, you end up being more proud of than others. And having been a part of A, Star Wars in any way, and B, playing such an iconic character on Star Wars: The Clone Wars is just a true
no one's
honor.
Going to forget Krell. No one's going to forget the Jedi with the two double-ended lightsabers. He'd run around gutting down clones. No one's going to forget him. So I do have one more question for you. It's kind of related to what Corey's was earlier. So Corey asked you how would Krell win if he fought against the Jedi. I want to know, what would Krell do if he was fighting against Grievous, per se? Because Grievous has 4 arms, Krell has 4 arms. Would Krell just run up to Grievous, rip him in half or something? Or how would that work?
Well, I think he might try to run up and rip him in half. I don't know that he'd just be able to do that.
We never know.
That's a really good question. And you know what? I think they should go back in time and before Krell was dead, and have them battle it out. Maybe they could go back to Jedi school when they were young Jedis and have a battle there, not to the death, but just to see who was the baddest ass of the bad.
I would like to see that. That would be a really good. Grievous has his 4 lightsabers going. Krell has his 2 double-ended ones. That would be.
That
intense.
Would be awesome.
I would love.
I'd love it. You guys should write some episodes.
We should actually. That would actually.
Yeah, we really should, and we should be some voice actors too.
You know what? Nothing wrong with your voices.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Hello. Hello. That's just me.
Well, but and once again, we're kind of off topic, but back to voiceover.
Doesn't matter.
It's not about creating some other voice. It's about taking the voice you have and doing with it what you can do. So Holly, you don't have to try to make your voice deep, Holly. Your voice is your voice, and you wouldn't be playing the guys, Holly.
No.
Maybe you play little boys.
I was joking.
Oh, okay.
I was joking.
There you go.
Well, because I know Corey wants to become a voice actor, and I'm trying to get into that field as well. Yeah. After I finish high school, I'm going to go into college for theatrical arts. I'm going to try and get into that voice acting career for a career as well. So, do you have any tips or anything?
Actually, the path that you're talking about being on, going to school for theater and acting, is probably the best thing you can do because you are a voice actor. Yeah. And all the same rules apply for voice acting that apply for on-camera or theatrical acting, except nobody sees you.
That's the best part, really. That you don't have to actually act. You don't have to give facial expressions, and you know what I'm trying to say.
So it's like right now because nobody's seeing me. I don't have any clothes on.
What?
That was a bit too much information for my life, but okay.
Actually,
That's a joke.
I lied. I'm
You never
fully
know.
dressed.
Just the reaction.
But yeah,
So,
Come on, though. See, you did have an image of a naked four-armed Jedi, though,
regrettably, yes. It just popped up. That's not that image. That's not coming out for a few weeks. That's just permanently burned in there now.
you have a lot of images
I have
burned into your
too
brain
many.
now, Mike.
didn't
No wonder why you're blind.
Yeah.
I do have one more
Ow.
question for you. When you first got
Okay.
the script for the Umbar arc, when you first read about the Krell character, what did you think of him? What did you think of him as a character?
Well, I had two thoughts, and the first came as an actor, which is, oh man, this is one incredible character to play. As in my business, playing the bad guy is always the most
Yes.
interesting. So I found out early on that Krell was going to be a traitor. Of course, I could not and did not divulge that to anyone until after the episode where it was divulged aired. But I just thought it was great. The only caveat being that he got killed in the end, and that meant he would not be
Killed
recurring.
by a clone. That.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, there's some kind of ironic justice
That's
in that.
true, especially by dog.
He sacrificed, clone after clone after thousands of clones, and who gets him?
Dog.
Clone.
Clone.
Man. Oh.
someone should take revenge on Dogma for his crime.
But I would like to see Krell return. That would be really great. Because I thought I'd like to see him more in just one arc. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
me too.
Zombie Jedi?
From your mouth to the producer's ears.
Loney, zombie
Well,
Jedi.
maybe the crime-
Well, I made zombie everything else. Why not zombie
Well-
Jedi? Still, but I mean, bring the Jedi back. Well, Krell's not really a Jedi per se. He's a
Jedi,
dark Jedi. Yeah.
Acolyte. He's a bad dude.
Either way, he has to come back.
He's
that's,
up,
That's it.
dude.
He just has to come back.
Like in any way, shape, or form, we'll be good
Yeah.
with it.
Excellent.
And that is basically all I had to ask you. That was awesome.
Excellent. Well, you know what? I appreciate that you guys are interested to talk to a dead four-armed Jedi, and I really appreciate it. And keep watching the show. I hope to be back on it. Don't forget, The Walking Dead is out. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and friend me on Facebook, and just may the force be with all the fans out there.
And then may the fourth be with you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking with us.
Yeah,
Dave
thanks, Dave.
Fennoy.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you very much as well.
All right.
See you, Dave.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Whoa, that was intense.
Epic.
But did you know he
Okay.
thought that Holly you were Holly?
He thought I was Holly?
He called you. Corey, did you notice
my
that?
name?
Yeah,
I think so.
Dave Fennoy thinks I'm you.